Hello, welcome to the AfroCentric woman. I was about to say welcome to the AfroCentric morning. I don't think I've ever. Well, no, I've live streamed on the weekends in the mornings, but usually not in the weekdays. But here I am. So I just wanted to share a message about motivations of leveling up. Um, and when I'm talking about leveling up, I'm talking about being your best self. So achieving a healthy weight, having good health, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual health, um, expressing yourself through fashion and makeup, something that represents who you are, leveling up through having a healthy network. So a healthy network of friends, family, coworkers, neighbors, um, associates, business partners, to where it enriches your life, a network that enriches your life. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about leveling up. Leveling up financially, of course, to where you have sustainability and you're able to experience the good things in life. So, probably one of the big challenges uh, with Black women is probably the weight issue and and the emotional health issue. That's probably some of the bigger roadblocks, and specifically in terms of emotional, the self worth piece, the self love piece, and the confidence piece. Those are important to focus on, and some women struggle with that. So there'll be a lot of people who will tell you don't level up for a man, you need to do it for yourself. But I will say, I won't beat you up for, like, don't beat yourself up either for desiring a man. Like, do not beat yourself up for that. There's going to be a lot of people that tell you that you don't love yourself if you want to level up for a man, or if you want a man in your life, or you're not good, or you're not enough if you're trying to get a man to take care of you. Why don't you do it yourself? Why can't money come multiple ways is my question. I never said just because I have men giving me money does not mean that I don't work. What's wrong with spending somebody else's money? What's the problem? But so you really have to just kind of validate from the inside, because people are going to have all kinds of um opinions and limitations on you, and they may feel the way they feel about certain things, and that's fine. They can do that. They can feel however way they want to feel about um, life and about how they want to configure themselves. But you have to kind of chart out and map out what's going to work for you. And the biggest thing I would say is, like, just don't beat yourself up for it. There are all kinds of issues that people struggle with, whether it be eating disorders, whether it be gambling addictions, rather it be substance abuse issues, rather it be those types of things. And those people, sometimes they cannot stop the behavior that they are engaging in for themselves, because the self love is not there. And it's almost like, subconsciously, they're almost low key doing those things to punish themselves for something, or, um, becomes this sort of negativity cycle. Well, I gamble too much and I feel bad about it. So I gamble more to escape the problems of gambling. And then now I feel even worse. And it just gets worse and worse. But sometimes what can break that cycle is people saying, "What about your kids? What about your children? Don't you want to create a better future for them?" And then sometimes that is enough to stop the behavior, or even like women who engage in negative behavior. Once they get pregnant, they finally have the motivation that they need to stop the negative behavior that they're engaged in. There have been plenty of women who will stop smoking cold turkey the minute they pee on a stick. The minute they pee on a stick and they get a positive pregnancy test, They stop smoking right away, or whatever negative thing that they're engaged in. Now, is that a bad thing that they stop smoking? Oh, you should want to stop smoking for yourself, not just for a baby. Oh, you're not good enough because you're stopping smoking for the baby and not for you. Do it for yourself. No, it doesn't matter. Whatever it takes, whatever your motivation is to stop negative behavior and engage in positive behavior is welcomed. Do it. So if being with a man is going to motivate you to get to a healthy weight, then fine. Let that be your motivation. Go to the gym and think about your dream guy and get your ass on the treadmill and work, lift weights, go running, do Zumba, do whatever you have to do to get the weight off. Don't beat yourself up for having an outside motivation, because the idea is get up, get started, get moving. Fall in love with yourself during the process. That's the goal. If it's going to take somebody else to get you up and get moving, that's fine. You're not going to get beat up for that over here on this channel. That's fine. Fall in love with yourself in the process. That's the goal. Take the steps outlined here and other places to increase your self-worth along the way. But yeah, it's a fact. You're going to attract more men if you are your best, which means you have clear skin, right? So you're drinking your water and you're down to a healthy weight. You find hairstyles that look good on you. You find a style of clothing that look good on you. You accentuate certain things about yourself. Obviously, yes, you're going to attract more men like that. This is not this is not a delusional channel where I'm going to tell you, oh, you're going to get all these men and be obese. You won't find that over here. You'll never hear me say that. You will never hear me say that because it is simply not true. There are some men who are attracted to overweight women, but they're very few. So think about how competitive that landscape is. The women who are overweight, who are competing for men who like women who are heavy set. It's way more competitive because there's so few men like that. If you can get physically fit at whatever age you are, then you have more options. You have more options across all races of men when you're physically fit. Not to mention, you'll live a healthier life. But nonetheless, do whatever you have to do to get motivated to get up and get moving. And if it's an outside influence, if there's a lifestyle you want to live, there's a certain type of man you want to attract, or if you just want to increase your options altogether, then that's okay. That's okay. I'm not gonna, don't beat yourself up for that, for having those desires, for having that be a motivating factor for you, that you really want, that you're trying to attract a higher quality man, or you're trying to be attractive to a broader range of men so that you can pick. So you get to pick who you want. You know what I'm saying? So that you have options. You're not limiting yourself to, oh, well, there's only a certain type of guy that's interested in like heavier set women. Dusties love heavy set women. And I just think in general, guys try to take advantage because they feel like they're doing you a favor by being with you when you're overweight. And they just want to get whatever they can get out of the situation. That's how they think. Good morning. That's how they think. They think, oh, this woman is overweight. She, has a low self-esteem. I'll just get what I can get out of her for the meantime, between time. You know, so that's something that you just have to be aware of. And always do what you have to do to navigate those situations and know when to get out of a situation quickly. No one someone's being sleazy and weird and creepy and just abort the mission. Abort the mission. Don't go on the date trying to change his mind. Oh, well, he thinks this way. I'm going to go out with him and change his mind. Like, no, don't do that. Just don't even put yourself in that situation. It says, agreed. I had a something and guys paid me dust. And once I got braces, now they're interested. Yeah, absolutely. This commenter here, they're guys are physical, like they're visual individual, very, very visual. And so I just think that there's this disconnect between what should be and what is. Like, a man should love you for your heart. He should love you for your soul. He should love you because you're beautiful in the inside. He should love you because you're caring and you're nurturing. He should love you because you are honorable and smart and intelligent. He should. But that ain't what it is initially, baby. Okay? I'm gonna give you the real. Okay, they're initially attracted to you physically. No man sees your heart; he sees your boobs, right? Your heart is behind your boobs, but he sees your boobs first. He's not looking at your heart, baby. Okay, he's looking at your boobs. Okay, that's what they're looking at. So, um, use what you got to get what you want. Now, the goal is to keep him around long enough to see who he really is. Because, yeah, if he's attracted to you physically and he sends his representative and you indulge in that and give him everything that he wants, and then he's like, okay, I got to experience that. Now he's on to the next one. And you didn't get anything out of the deal. And now you're looking crazy. So, yeah, he might be attracted to you physically initially, but you got to keep him around long enough so that you get to see who he really is, see what his character is. And he gets to see, is this somebody that I want to spend all my money on and take care of? Only he can be the one to decide that. There's really nothing you can do to make him do that. He has to want to do that. The only thing that you can do is just be your best self every day and just keep on striving to be your best self. Be beautiful, do the things that you like, do the things that bring you joy, enhance yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, and live the best life you can. If he wants it, he'll pay for it. He'll want to take care of you. He'll want to provide. That's just how it is. There's no magic, I don't teach spells and potions over here. There's really no, don't be out here buying candles and trying to put spells on these men and stuff like that. That shit don't work. Either he want it, he gonna invest. If he don't, he's going to try to manipulate to get whatever he wants from the situation so he can move on to the next one. That's pretty much how it goes. Some women don't like to hear the truth about weight issue, but you're right. I will always tell the truth about the weight issue. And, you know, luckily so far I haven't been accused of fat shaming, but I know that that's quite possible that I will be accused of fat shaming. And I'm perfectly okay with those accusations. But truth be told, I will compassionately continue to encourage Black women to achieve a healthy weight. It's just from a health perspective, it's the best thing for us. And the extra bonus of achieving a healthy weight for you is that you get to have more options with men. It's really a win-win situation. It's a win-win. You know, don't if you beat yourself up about your weight, you won't be motivated to lose the weight because that isn't the way. Compassion is the way. Loving yourself right where you are. As I was talking to somebody about the weight issue, and it's like, well, what should I do about weight? I don't like my clothes. Well, go in there and find the stuff that you do like. You don't need to go out and buy a bunch of clothes if you know you're about to lose weight. If you know you're on your weight loss journey, don't go buy a bunch of stuff, but just maybe get a few pieces that you can mix and match at the weight that you are that will make you feel confident, because you need to feel confident at whatever weight you are right now. Don't wait to live your life. In other words, don't postpone your joy. Don't say, okay, well, once I lose 50 pounds, then I'll go out. Then I'll start living my life. Then I'll have fun. No, you have to find a balance. You have to find a way to feel confident now, even if it's something else you want to accentuate. If you have a cute face, then buy new makeup and accentuate your face and your hair. And then maybe you wear a simple black dress and a blazer or something like that to kind of, you know, kind of like mask or take away, take attention away from your areas that you want to improve and accentuate what you do like. Maybe it's your nails, maybe it's your shoe game. Find something that you can love and showcase right now, and then be working on the weight thing on the side, in addition to, like, which is all hands on deck situation. But don't postpone living your life for some future thing. Like, live your life now. Find something that you can appreciate about yourself now and love yourself through the weight loss. That's the best way to do it. It isn't about beating yourself up and feeling bad and depressed and hopeless about the weight. It's about just embracing where you are today and having a goal and chipping away at it a little bit at a time. And you really need to be willing to think about things differently, and you need to be willing to get help. Most women that I talk to who have been chronically overweight, they are know-it-alls. They're know-it-alls. They know everything about everything. They know about diet. They know about this. They know about juicing. They just know, no, 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 no. They just know it all. They're complete know-it-alls, and their mind is completely shut off to ideas. And you're looking like, well, if you knew everything about fitness and nutrition, why are you obese? Oh, I did this diet this year and that diet last year, and you're doing all these diets. Listen, at some point in time, if you have been struggling with the same issue for over 5 years, you need to just admit that you don't know the answer, and you need to pay somebody. You need to pay somebody who has the answer. It could be a nutritionist, it could be a dietitian, it could be a trainer at a gym. You need to submit to somebody else's process because your process is not working. Your process is not working. You obviously don't know the answer to the question, because if you did, you would already be at a healthy weight. So you just have to live with the fact, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm messing up. My diet is messed up. My fitness routine is messed up. Something is messed up. You need to go to the doctor, get an allergy test. You need to see what's going on. You need to get a physical exam. You need to go find the right support team that's going to help you get you where you need to go. Throw out all that crap in your house, in your pantry. You need to learn how to eat for your body. Well, I don't like this type of food. I don't like that type of food. I'm picky. No, most people who say they're picky about food eat all types of bullshit. It's not that you're picky, it's that your palate is destroyed. Your palate in your mouth is destroyed because you've been eating such shitty food for so long. So you have to reconstruct your food palate. That's the issue. It's not that you're picky. It's not that you just don't like vegetables. You have a ruined palate. That's all. But guess what? You can reconstruct your palate. You can clean it off. That's why, like, you'll see Asian people eating ginger in between their foods, is because they're clearing their palate. So with certain types of detox and um, ginger, lemon, lots of citruses and things like that, you can clear out your palate and reintroduce foods to yourself and start to love them. Like I never knew I loved Brussels sprouts. I thought I didn't like them, but I really do. I love them. All kinds of foods that I started to really like. I've always liked vegetables though. But yeah, that's a huge hindrance. Getting in a food rut and eating the same crap over and over and over again, and you're not nourishing yourself, because it's like, it's not just about feeding yourself for the moment. It's about, what does my body need? What can I give myself? Because then you'll start to crave healthier foods when you're really in tune with yourself. And it's not about dieting, and it's not about a temporary fix. It's not about, oh, let me get in shape for my high school reunion, or let me, try to fit into this dress this one time, because then you get involved with gimmicks like water pills and detox and all that type of stuff that, it's not sustainable. You have to get into a sustainable lifestyle where every day you don't even think about it. You just eat well. That's just who you are. It's not a big deal. It's not anything special. It's not, it's just every day. Every day I eat well. That's just who I am, because I nourish myself. I love myself. Now that's where we want to get you. If you don't feel currently that loving yourself is enough of a motivation, and you're motivated by getting a man, then fine. Let that be your motivation. Go get the collard greens and the kale and the bok choy and the split peas and the green beans, you know, and the chard and all of that, and your healthy legumes. Fine. Get that for the man. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to be well. Let's see. Dark skinned gentlewoman says, seek a trainer so you can be accountable. They customize a workout for you, and seek a nutrition as well. Yes, that's excellent advice, dark skinned gentlewoman. Also, have them examine your hormone levels. Excellent advice, dark skinned gentlewoman. Yes, when you go in, and I think I talked about this in a different live, but when you go in to the doctor for your physical exam, there may be additional tests that you ask for. So you can have them check your thyroid and other hormones. And if you have any issues and you need to be referred to an endocrinologist, then do it, you know, because sometimes doctors don't like to admit that they don't know things. So sometimes they'll just like that's one of the hardest things that doctors don't want to ever say is, I don't know. But sometimes low key they really don't effing know. And so sometimes they don't want to do good. They don't like to venture off into things that they don't feel competent in. And so if you have a general doctor who doesn't feel competent in interpreting hormonal testing, and they don't even want to order the test, have them refer you to an endocrinologist who can get you the answers. Something has to give. You have to really be a detective. Be a detective into your own self to get to the root of what the hell is going on. What is keeping you from achieving a healthy weight? So yes, absolutely check your hormone levels. Support groups can help. Absolutely. And there's one that a lot of people don't know about. It's called Overeaters Anonymous, and that's a really, really good one. Overeaters Anonymous. Um, they help people who binge eat, because that is something that I have observed a lot with a lot of obese Black women, I guess obese people in general. I mean, I have more access to Black women, so that's what I can speak on. These women will they like starve themselves, and then they overeat, and then they starve themselves and they overeat. They'll just sit and binge, and they have this weird relationship with food. Like hiding food, or like not wanting to eat in front of people. It's like when you have a lot of emotions behind food, like if you have a lot of emotions behind food, like your food choices, and like sometimes talking to women and they feel the need to just start disclosing things about food that you didn't even ask, like, "Well, I really don't eat that much." And you're looking at this woman and she's like 350 pounds. And she's like, "Yeah, I never eat that much." And you're just like, something's going on there. Why did you feel the need to tell me that? And I didn't ask. If you have a lot of emotions behind food, you got to get to the bottom of that. And those support groups can be very helpful. And I really love Overeaters Anonymous because there's sort of this like feast and famine cycle that a lot of women who are overweight do. And and what I've noticed from talking to some of these women is that they feel good when they're fat, when they're in the famine, starvation mode, they feel good and they feel in control. Like I haven't eaten all day, and they're proud of that. They're proud of the fact that they haven't eaten all day. But then, like, they will literally go to I don't know if you've seen this. I've seen it. You'll see, like, these women or just people overweight people in general going to the fast food, and they're ordering, like, 3 burgers and 2 fries and a large. You're like, and there's nobody else in the car. It's all for them. It's all for them, and they will just binge on that food, and then they feel bad about that. They feel bad about what they did, and they feel all this regret, and then they'll start starving themselves again. So, it teaches your body to hoard calories and to pack them on because your body becomes very, especially with women, your body becomes insecure in knowing, like, well, when is the next time I'm going to get food? And if whenever I do get the food, will the food be high quality? If you're menstruating, you're better grazing throughout the day. Small meals typically work better for women who are menstruating. Now, postmenopause, things can change and you probably don't have to eat as much, but um, when you're menstruating, you're better off eating small meals throughout the day and drinking a lot of water. And don't starve yourself. But if you're on that feast and famine, starve and binge, you have to break that cycle and you need to get help. You need to seek resources that can get you off of that because it's not healthy for you. If you're feeling a lot of emotions behind food, hiding food, lying about food, uh, feeling the need to disclose things to people about your eating habits, that's an indication that there's something going on there that you need to get to the bottom of. And having an open mind, be willing to do whatever it takes to be well. That may cause you to have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and to be honest, but secrets keep us sick. Secrets keep us sick. So you have to find somebody that you can trust, whether it be a therapist, a counselor, a doctor, somebody that you can talk to about your struggles with food, because that will be liberating in and of itself. To just let the cat out of the bag, just it's not a secret anymore. And then now, once you start shining a light on that, it will start to heal. It's like, it's like this moldy thing in the dark, festering and growing, your little dark secret about this food issue. But, bust it out into the light by disclosing it to someone that's safe. Not anybody that's going to be, beating you up about it or telling you what you can't do or telling you that it's okay to be obese, because there'll be some people who don't even want you to lose weight because if you lose weight, it'll make them look bad. Sometimes your mom likes to sit and overeat with you, or your sister likes to sit and binge and overeat with you, or cousins want to sit and binge and overeat with you, and they have an incentive to keep you fat because they don't want you to lose weight because it'll make them look bad. So they want you to stay right where you are. So you have to get away from those people. Those are not the people that you want to talk to about your struggles because they will distort the situation. You have to talk to somebody that's going to want to partner with you in helping you achieve a healthy weight. And again, if you have to externalize that motivation, like, well, once I get down to a healthy weight, I'll have access to more men, fine. I'm not going to judge you for that. Nobody on this channel is going to judge you for that. Do what you got to do, girl. But in the process of all of that, my desire for you is that you fall in love with yourself in the process and that you increase your self-worth for your feelings of self-worth in the process of that, and that um, increase your sense of value and your sense of wanting to nurture yourself and give your body what it really needs in that process. Says you started getting up at 4 a.m. to work out at 5 a.m. despite a 10-hour work day. I needed it. Yes. I hope you're getting enough sleep though, more MK, because not getting enough sleep is not getting enough sleep can make you gain weight because it can make your hormones get off. Your cortisol and your melatonin and all that stuff really needs to be in alignment. So if you can do all that and get enough sleep, then more power to you, girl. But just remember that sleep is important. My trainer is postmenopausal as well, and some of her clients, some of them do fasting. Yeah, I find that fasting is better for men and women who are postmenopausal. But women who are menstruating, I haven't seen them do too well with that. Like there's some women who do the what is that thing where you don't eat, you eat from like 8 to 12 and you don't eat the rest of the day. Gosh, there's a name for it, but I can't remember. Something fasting, or I can't remember the name of it. But there's like a window. Intermittent fasting. I have found that obese women are highly attracted to intermittent fasting. Women who are overweight are attracted to that because it's really what they're already doing anyway. They already starve themselves and binge and starve themselves and binge. And then this is just a way for them to justify what they're already doing. They're like, oh, I'm intermittent fasting. And you're like, girl, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. That is not working. I really don't recommend that for women who are still menstruating. It doesn't usually work. Yeah, thank you, revealing. Yeah, it's called intermittent fasting. And I just, yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that for menstruating women. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen long-term good results doing that. Yay, good. I'm so happy. Yay, yay, yay. I'm so happy you're getting 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep and working 4 by 10. So on my off days, I readjust. I'm going to figure it out. Yeah, that's hard, kind of bouncing around, because I know like nurses have a really hard time with that, crazy schedules. Um, I know that I have a family member who's an ICU nurse and she works at night, and it's hard to maintain your weight when you're up all night and then you switch to a different schedule. You're working 12 hours and then it takes you like a day just to recover from multiple night shifts. And then now you're on a totally different schedule. It's hard to maintain your weight like that. Um, it's hard. It really, really is. So, the best thing is try to keep the same schedule, even though how annoying that might be, but try to keep the same schedule as much as possible. If you have a night shift, just try to keep that going even on your off days, because bouncing from the one to the other, it makes it hard for to find a circadian rhythm It's hard for your body. Your body likes routine. You take your medicine at the same time, take your vitamins at the same time, go to sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time, be active at the same time. Your body craves routine. So, whatever you can do to instill that routine helps a lot with achieving and maintaining a healthy body weight. But yeah, nursing shifts are brutal on women, really are. Yeah, absolutely. Dark skin, gentlewoman. Going long periods of time without eating, it's bad. It is bad, and drinking too. So I've even some women on those long shifts are like, "Well, I don't have enough time to go to the bathroom, so I just don't drink water." And that is not good. We really have to find a way to to um, nourish ourselves when we're doing what we're doing, because a lot of these corporations don't give a shit about us. You're just a number to them. So you're literally killing yourself for these entities, and God forbid something happened to you, they're just going to post a job opening the next day. They're not going to go to your funeral. They're not going to go to your memorial. They're not going to send a representative. They're going to file, a lot of these companies have life insurance on you as an employee. Literally, they have a life insurance on you. So you die, they file their life insurance claim, they get paid, and they post the job description the next day and they move on. And your family is mourning you because you're gone, because you let this company kill you. So, yeah, make your money, but also be aware that your life and your health is priceless. Your life and your health is priceless. There's no price on that. So sometimes you really have to kind of sit down and think about, okay, let me write this down, what this job is doing to me. And is it worth it? How much time am I devoting? What am I giving up to be here? What am I getting in return? Does this make sense for where I am in my life right now? Especially if you're trying to conceive, or if you thinking you might be having children in the future, or if you're married or in a relationship and children are possible, then you really have to think about those things. What is it doing to your fertility? Are your periods regular? Are they crazy all over the place? You have to take all of that into consideration, because you don't want to look back 10 years from now and be like, "Oh my God, I gave all my fertile years to this company, and now I can't achieve what I really want in life." Because I think sometimes we tell ourselves things that shut us down, like, "This is the way. This is the best job I could possibly get. So I'm just going to hold on to it with a death grip. Like, I'm going to like wrap my arms around this job because this is the best I could ever get." And I would challenge, like, is that really true? Is it really true? Is that really the best you could get? How do you know that? How do you know that that's true? Have you looked? What if you just spent a little bit more money on just one more certification? What would that open you up to? Would it open you up to a better shift, better terms, better money, more benefits? We really have to open our minds when it comes to shaking things up and figuring out what we can do to set up the best situation for ourselves. Mocha Mommy says, yes, night shifters have challenges. Be cutting back to part-time due to weight gain. I cannot do what I used to do in my 20s and 30s. Yeah, absolutely, Mocha Mommy. I was just talking with a nurse about that the other day, about going to part-time because of the health challenges. Like, if you're swelling up and you're having blood pressure spikes, it's not working. Something has to give. With this other woman I was talking to, something has to give. Like, this night shift it's not working. And nurses have such marketable skills, like, you just go find you something else, girl. Right now, nurses are very in high demand, and it's a very marketable skill. You don't have to be in a situation that's not going to um, be the best for you. And I think that if more women stood up to these hospital corporations, they would change. Some two of the most brutal industries for women of childbearing age is nursing and teaching. Nursing and teaching. Most school districts don't allow you to pump. They don't give you time to pump if you have a baby. They don't give you proper maternity leave. They make you take FMLA. It's all kinds of stuff. And it's because women are not pushing back on these corporations as a collective of women, period. If enough women keep saying, I'm not a machine, like I am a person, you want me to take care of people, you want me to take care of children, but you're not giving me what I need to do it. We have to start communicating these things to these companies so it's just a resounding message over and over and over and over again. Because the way things are set up is not very sustainable. Like, why don't they do 3 8-hour shifts in hospitals instead of 2 12-hour shifts? They do 2 12-hour shifts because it's better for their bottom line. That's why they do that. But wouldn't it be healthier for humans to work an 8-hour shift? Yes, it would be. Wouldn't there probably be less mistakes? Yeah, there probably would be less mistakes. But these hospital corporations are not motivated to change because we just accept it the way it is. And it is what it is for now, but that doesn't mean that we can't start envisioning a better way for us to be able to serve with our gifts and um, our skill sets and our gifts, and also be able to live a good life. Like, why do we have to sacrifice our health to serve and serve with our gifts? It shouldn't be that way. So, that is definitely my vision, that specifically teaching and nursing be better environments for women, especially women of childbearing age, that it just be a better environment for women. So, just those are some of the things that you have to think about when you're weighing your options, and you're really like having a detective attitude about your life and about what will it take, what needs to go, what needs to be, amped up toward achieving your level up journey, and all the things that it takes, so that you don't feel overwhelmed, because it can feel overwhelming. Like, oh my gosh, I have so many things to do. Where do I start? I need all these things so I can start living, so I can start dating. I need all these things. I can't get started. Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, because you'll get there. This is not a microwave a situation, okay? This is not a microwave situation. This is a slow cooker situation. You're chopping up your vegetables, you're getting your flavors together, you're doing everything slowly and methodically so that all can gel together, just a little bit at a time. And celebrate the small wins. It's the small ones will keep you motivated. What would make you feel the best right now? And that can be maybe where you start. What would make you feel good right as soon as possible? If that's getting a new dress, then okay, go get your new dress that you feel good in. Or if it will be makeup, then go do that. For the short term, for the right now, so you can feel good right now. And then for the long term things, the health, the weight, the fitness, if that is a struggle, especially with the weight, than be willing to become totally ignorant about what it takes to lose weight, and then find the right team, and the right program that's going to help you. So that's what I wanted to share. Let me make sure I didn't lose any. Let me see if I can miss any comments. That's a good one. We deserve to nurture and care for ourselves. I think that so many of us look outside of ourselves for that care. Yes, many of us do look outside of ourselves. And I would say if you need to look outside of yourself for motivation initially, do it. Whatever it takes to get started, but get started. I'm not going to beat you up for that. Don't beat yourself up for that. Darren share. Oh, you talking to Mocha Mommy. I liked y'all's videos about the lace fronts, Uppity and Mocha Mommy. Very funny. I liked those. Y'all definitely check out these content creators page, Mocha Mommy, Revealing the Narcissist of Black YouTube, Uppity Unicorn. I think those are all the content creators in the building today. Yes, we all absolutely need help with something. So I see you were agreeing with me, revealing the narcissist, that some people who struggle with their weight, they know everything about everything. Yep. Okay, I think I got through most of the comments. I hope I did. I appreciate y'all coming through and sharing with me this morning. I had my coffee. I think I have like a little bit more. I use this Greca thing. I make my coffee on the stovetop. So it's like a mug and a half worth of coffee. So I had my first mug and I may top it off with like a half. Hey, it's better than two. It's better than two or two and a half, the way I see it. What I used to do. I'm guilty of going long hours without eating. I get caught up. Yeah. You have to set yourself a little alarm or something revealing. I think starting off with a good breakfast, like a good protein and fiber-filled breakfast is a good way to start the day. So that way you already kind of have some good nutrition in to get you going, and a good lunch. Because I think if you skip any meal in the day, it's better to skip dinner than it is to skip breakfast and lunch, as the way I see it. Because sometimes I don't eat dinner because I'd be too lazy, I'd be too tired, and I'm like, I may eat a piece of fruit and go to sleep. Because sometimes you get to that point where you're tired and it's like you have one or two options: either go to sleep or eat something to get energy. And so a lot of times my answer to myself is go to sleep and go to sleep. So I'll drink some water, eat a piece of fruit, and just go to sleep because I'm not starving. I'm just like, I'm a little hungry. But if you skip any meal, it's better to skip dinner. Go to sleep with something light on your stomach, and eat during the day when you're moving around and you've got the sun and all of that stuff to help you digest that food. And when you move, you help move that food through your digestive system as opposed to eating a heavy meal and laying down. And once I started traveling, I traveled to different countries. That's how most people eat in the world. It's only really in America where dinner is the heaviest, fattiest, carb-rich meal of the day. Most people eat their carbs and meats and things like that for lunch. Lunch in most countries is the biggest meal of the day, and dinner is usually a very light fare. So you'll see that the other people in the other countries don't struggle with obesity quite as much as people here do. They eat differently. Yes, absolutely. Thank you to all the content creators um, for, sharing their message and sharing their light and loving on Black women the way that they do. I know I feel incredibly grateful, y'all. I'm such a crybaby. Do y'all low key be laughing at me? I'll start thinking like gratitude is one of those things that definitely makes me feel sentimental. I'll just start feeling grateful and I'll just start crying, y'all. I'll just start crying. But I do think about, women who I feel are in my cohort in YouTube, the YouTube space. We came in onto YouTube in similar time frames and, you know, we have maybe like under 2 or 3,000 subscribers and we support one another. I cannot tell y'all how grateful I am about these ladies. Um, it'll probably be tonight. I wanted to go live yesterday, but I was spiritually washed out. Y'all know with these hurricanes, um, I felt like I had an internal hurricane. Like I was out of it. I was like, I can't go live. I don't have any energy to give. But I'll probably go live tonight. I have a lot of questions in my inbox. I want to do just like a chat, dating Q&A. I'll do that, and then I'm gonna do a video. If it's, I don't know if maybe I'll do what do y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to do the dating Q&A tonight? And then the other thing I was gonna do was navigating YouTube relationships. I already have a video on navigating YouTube relationships, but I've learned a few new things. So I want to do a part 2 to navigating YouTube relationships. And I want to do the dating Q&A because I have several questions to get through. I'm going to try to be less long-winded so I can get through as many as possible. Y'all know I can be long-winded. Mm. Josie says, same. I get ready for bed once I start having cravings late in the evening because once I get comfortable in bed, nothing is getting me out. Yes, I hear you, Josie. And dark skin, gentlewoman says, truth that France lunch is sacred. They close down business for 2 hours. Yes. Like, and the French eat all manner of bullshit and they still be in good shape. They eat all kinds of fat, cheese, duck, girl. They be eating all kinds of fatty foods, but they eat it in the middle of the day and they walk a lot. So you're not going to really see a lot of fat French people. Like maybe a little heavy set, but you're not going to really see them be obese like that. If they eat their traditional French food. Now, if they eat American and all that kind of bull, then yeah, they might be big. But if they eat traditional French food and the traditional, like during the day, they don't be big like that. They don't be big like that. Okay, so more MK says she wants to talk about dating tonight. Okay, we will. I'll schedule a live and I'll have some messages already in my Instagram DM that I'm gonna get through. So I'll answer those questions first because they've been sitting in there. But then also anybody can just type in the chat and we can just talk and share about what we're learning and what we're experiencing on our dating journey. And that will be fabulous. Now, one thing, one thing I'll tell you is that, like, if you're wondering if I always follow my own advice, I don't always follow my own advice. But guess what? When I deviate from that advice, I end up fucking up. So I might deviate, but I go right back to it because it's really what works. So I'm not always perfect and I do make mistakes, but just like anybody else, the proof is in the pudding. You end up paying for it when you don't follow what you need to do. So, um, yeah. So yeah, okay, we'll talk about dating tonight. We'll have some chit chat. Y'all can get y'all wine or y'all tea or y'all purified water and lemon or whatever it is that you like to drink, and we'll get together and we will have some girl talk because I'm not going out tonight. I don't have a nanny and don't know when I will. I'm gonna kind of like try to keep my coins together because I'm going out of town soon. So I'm trying to like get all my dates lined up for that. I'm trying to get all my dates lined up for that. I'm meeting a new level up friend, uh, a level up friend that I've been communicating with like online or in the same networking group. Um, and we're finally going to be able to meet in person. So I'll meet her, and then I have some guys that I've been having some conversations with. So I'll try to get all that organized. Maybe get a few new dresses, and I will report back to you ladies and let you know how my travel dating experience went. Because I'm doing it very differently from the last time I went to the city. I'm doing it very differently this time around. Okay, all right then, dark skinned gentlewoman. Shoot, you have to give me some tips then, girl. You might have to give me some tips because yeah, I'm excited. I mean, it should be fun and we're gonna see. Words cannot express how much I appreciate you, lovely, beautiful ladies, and how much you ladies inspire me. So keep being fabulous and keep letting your light shine. And yeah, I appreciate you. All right, beautiful ladies, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And if you have, thank you for that too. And we will talk tonight about dating. So come back. All right, peace and love.